Uh, just had to say a couple of things on our uh, thing. Well, I'll mention the Hall of Fame before I really get into the video of where I'm head to next. But yeah, the Hall of Fame's going to be coming up today, and or at least who's going to be inducted in it. So looks like David Ortiz is going to get in. Uh, he's about the only one I think that probably will get in. Although Barry Bonds looks like he might be right there close enough. They might have finally come around. Might let one or two more in. Supposedly took steroids. We don't know, but you know. But anyway, my wife was telling me about some of this other stuff. Now, usually I'm the one that always does it, most of the time. But a lot of these, people don't understand that, you know, we've said before, we're not into car rides and all that stuff. And, she come out and told me how she put stuff and how she said them. And it reminded me a lot of me, uh, as to why they always came up to her is because, she never really laid them, got it through to them. Me, it didn't have to be done that way because I was just another man in there, I guess. But, as I've said before, I never wanted any clicks or nothing like that, but I had told her before, I said, if we're ever going to try to get somewhere with what we hope to get later, I said, we got to get these other people to stop, you know, and yesterday must have been her day to get all that out, and I guess everybody got an earful. So it's you know it's what it takes. It they don't they're not the one. These people are not the ones that's got what we got and or what we don't got, and we just, like I said, we threw something together, and it wasn't for everybody. It wasn't intended for that. We gave up a lot. Really, well, I don't know if I'd say a lot. Really didn't give up a whole bunch of nothing, really, after you think about it, family wise. But anyway, uh, you know, so just, but we did, put them on the road, let's just say. And, and if we're going to succeed at it, or if it's ever going to have a chance to come up to us, they've got to see we really don't have these people for anything, and these people are just people that works, does their own thing. My wife told me here is that she's been turning down people left and right, trying to offer a ride home, and me and her had a discussion. I said, well, if you want one, if it's absolutely you think you need a ride or something, if somebody just happened to offer something, I said, well, okay, but the general consensus is every time that one comes up and wants to give you a ride, then two or three more wants to do the same, and then it gets to be 10 or 20 people. Then it just gets to get on your nerves. Like she said, sometimes it might be raining outside. Might come a downpour when it wasn't supposed to, or something might come up where she might feel the need to take someone up on the offer. But she's trying to be an independent person about that more so now, and when I'm out, I usually take Sethra with us, so we don't have to entertain no ride there. So, But I mean, she's just, I can understand, her frustration, when she takes out, you know, one of her dolls or whatever, a lot of people generally, I told her in the nicest of ways, I wasn't getting on to her about it. It's just, their perception of why she carried those dolls around, and everybody thinks that she wants attention for some reason. She don't ask, but they'll flock to, they used to flock to the, just to go up and do that, and then that's her attention, you know, that's what they'll give her, but again, that wasn't intended for that, and she made it pretty. Sounded like she made it pretty clear yesterday. So, you know, she said it'll be a lot quieter when you go in there. I said, well, you know, and it wasn't just a pig either. It was Dollar Tree, and I believe she even told the ones down at the doctor's office. So I think everybody got it. So pretty much. So at this point and everything, we hope that by doing that, we can just go in there and and hopefully at the very least, just go in there. They do their job. We, put our stuff up on the counter, get it rung up, you know, get on with it. Practically just get out. But no, I never, we never really, I never really said that we were going to get anything, but as far as what we're hoping for, but this stuff is, the stuff that everybody offers, it's just stuff that most people are willing to take because they're part of that. Everything I hear on the TV and everything that I see, or everything or whatever they envision me and my wife in, they always get everything backwards. So we generally come off to the public, and it's like all the family that we got rid of and all that stuff. They put us in that kind of a category, and because we want to reach out there and see to it that we get somebody other than a crack whore, somebody actually nice, somebody actually decent. Some of the things I heard my wife say that, some of these people up in these apartments would say, well, at one time she was nice. I don't know. Like I said, I can't say. But all I can say is that person knows who she is. And if that was the best that you could put together, and you done it on purpose, to come up in here after it was so nice to offer something nice to you, and that's how you come out and you want to show out and you want to do, and somebody might say, well, but somebody that really, the only people, like we said, the only people that would have anything to do with it just because they can't seem to get their eyes off of her, or if it ain't that, then it's just somebody's got to do the other stuff. I mean, somebody's going to take up for somebody, whether you want them to or not. But again, this is somebody who still don't have, from what I'm told, still hadn't got a car, still hadn't got things fixed, still goes around apparently saying that she needs help with that. But it's your stuff. It's your stuff. We can't do, and nobody can do your stuff for you. Your own personal stuff is your stuff. You gotta decide whether you want it or not. There's stuff out there you can get into. If you want on SSI, it was right there. If you want a job, it's you got to go out there and get it. If you want to put up with it, I don't. I choose. Me and my wife choose not to put up with it. And and I've been there and seen that, done it. I just think, it's just not me. My wife sort of, been through a lot of those things too, and so we just called it off. That's why we don't want a job or anything, and it's we don't want to fool around with. Now, if it's something I could do, and it was to help someone out, this unicorn bestie, if we end up with one, if it's somebody they knew or something, and it was something similar to what we did for somebody at one time, and it was just do it and get if they wanted to pay you a little bit underneath the table or something, okay. But something like that. But I just but anyway, it made me crack up because I can be that honest and cut people to the bone, but it's very very rare out in public that she does that or has done it. But I think yesterday must have, because from what I heard, they like, well, you ever since so and so, they try to blame me. Well, you know, I kind of always I kind of always got the blame for, most of the time when I pull one of these out, but I kind of always had it ever since I've been a kid. To, I just never really had to pull it out much unless you were at school or somebody in the family got on my nerves. Occasionally I'd have to pull it out. Oh no, yeah, no, this is a good thing, but they need to know how we feel. So I, you know, no, I think it should have been done a hell of a lot sooner. You know, and the fact it wasn't done sooner, it just allowed it to go on even more. But it's better late than never, as they say. So they'll learn from now on. I hope. And surely, if she did all that, they'll learn. Because I know. Sometimes when we've had people that we didn't want bothering us or calling us or coming up to our door, I've seen, you know, but it was news to them down there because, or down here in Decatur, it was news because, oh, you don't normally act like that. Ever since, they tried to bring me up, I reckon, and try to blame it on me. Well, you know, as I said, I've been trying to tell her it needs to come out because that's what they think of her. They look at her or they look at me and her, however, on the package is that day. They look at us like, you know, they want us to be thankful for those rides and the little bitty things and the little. And people want me to understand why they come out here and they pick up these crack whores off the side of the road. I don't understand it. It's not because I don't want to understand it. It's because it don't make any sense. If you are a human being and you're outside past dark, you best better be going to work. You best better have your house better be on fire, or there better be something of a reason why you're out late at night walking. We have enough problems out in this world without somebody coming up and supposedly what I can't seem to get nobody to answer. million question, which I've kind of answered it in my own way, put my own twist on it. But when, for example, when the person that we spent the most time with or around for that little bit, supposedly, well, she offered what comes out to nothing more than what most of these people out here with people already have to offer, which is much of nothing, but this word I can't stand, friendship, and I don't want that. Had I known that's what was really going on, and had, because I was just thinking it was something different from that. I had, I couldn't really, I didn't really get that much time, to at first to get it out. And still, it didn't make any sense when she tried to talk to me about the situation, because again, you had, from what I know currently, kids got taken away, which that should have been the whole thing to start with, just as saying, because stuff I know about the person, what I've already put out here, would not make any sense to give. I don't care if they popped out 10 kids. If you're not, if you're too lazy. Apparently, the only thing I could figure out is her parents were just they were like dominoes. You could just walk all over. They had no backbone, kids, brats of all ages take advantage of parents who didn't have a backbone. That's part of the problem. When you don't give your kids whoopings, when you don't do things that you're supposed to do and take things away or whatever, for punishments. And, so, I mean, like I said, and as a kid, I got a warning. And on a good day, I might have got 2 or 3 warnings. Eventually, the belt got out. And then you got timeout, and then you usually you gotta, you usually said you're sorry or whatever it was, and talk about it and put it away. So usually didn't have myself. I didn't have too many times that things were a repeat. It's usually something a little different from the last time. But no, I don't expect anybody to understand that, anybody that's got a 9 to 5 job or anything like that. But I think they got the hint of what we're looking for, even without coming out and straight out saying it. And I know they do, because they you can tell the way they act. And they're not for it, and they're not for it, but I just thought it would be neat. Somebody didn't have much, and I thought, hey, it would be something, that we, if anybody else, we would get something out of it, just because, it'd be something that we could go do some of our stuff with, and it'd be somebody that we could, have something in common with, unlike the last one, and we could, like me and my wife have said, we could take them out to eat, and things like that, and so, I mean, it don't have to be, it don't have to be, a Barbie doll necessarily, but somebody that the body type and the things that we hope for, if it's there and we can do the things that we'd like to do, and everybody be on the same page. Like we've said in many videos, if everything was only up and up, and what life story there was to tell was just to be told and not not brought up 10,000 times. If we could sit you down and you could sit down with us and tell your story, and we can talk about it, and then we can get them, later on that day or something, we could get to doing some stuff. Like I said, we put out here, what we like and what we're not into. But we're not discriminatory against, what color you are or whatever. It's the main thing that bothers us is just, how we come across to all these people that don't go home with us. They don't know us. They think they do because some people that used to, one or two people that we used to always try to go and do something with or have something to do with. They's always used to us coming in there. Like I said, now, we're trying to, show that we don't need these kind of people around, and they don't need, because they don't understand the whole thing as I explained earlier about the doll thing and all that stuff. There's some other stuff that they take out of the context to certain things. But we just thought we'd be a good fit for somebody, that didn't have a whole lot. Maybe they do have a car, maybe they don't. But that's why we've hung on for a little while longer to see, give them an opportune chance, get rid of all this crap, that we've been needing to get rid of, and get them to leave us alone so we go in these stores and and stuff. And that way, if somebody does, does, happen to be right there and it happens, then the only thing they can do is look and make faces or whatever. And if the person asks, I'll just say, well, that's these people that's, short, just say, it's these people that's trying to hold us down for the longest time. They didn't, they don't want you to have nothing. Because they in their mind, it's like a lot of the crackpot stuff, the holy the holy the holy roller crowd, the old smirch crowd, that, it's wrong to do this or it's wrong to do that. And, well, they want to do something special, and if it comes, it happens. That we don't know if it will or not, but we're going to try to get rid of all these kind of people that we've been needing to get rid of. So if she's out doing an errand, unless she says otherwise, she ain't wanting to ride, and that's not the precedent she wants to set. For people to just come up and offer that. If she comes out and says she wants something, she must be damn near drop dead tired, or it must be that the weather's not permitted. Usually the only reason she'll even want to ride. So if she's in one of those two spots, and it's just somebody random that she's not gotten a ride from or something, and they offered it to her, she'd probably take it on an off chance one time. But she ain't trying to do that as a crutch. And I get where it's bothering her, and it's like, because everybody in the grocery store down here, the local grocery store, and everything else, And she even said that one that came up here, that had that one thing happen. She even, I reckon everybody came out yesterday. But like I said, we just had a big old laugh. We just had a big old laugh. There you go. What's that in? Bullshit. I know. But anyway. It's just kind of kind of one of them things that I just couldn't stop talking. I was just or laughing, not talking, but laughing about it. You know. But anyway, you want to say something?
I'm tired of this bullshit
Oh, yeah.
because my feelings are getting hurt. And I'm telling you what my husband's telling you right now. What I told the store, I will tell every one of y'all off. So don't push my buttons. If I got buttons you don't want to push. Because one of them wanted to try to fight me yesterday. Now I ain't scared about dating. So I'm giving you a fair warning.
Yeah. But, yeah. So anyway, just uh, so anyway, it's just you know, I wasn't surprised, but she held it in for, like I said, a long time and tried to put up with some of the stuff, that obviously we just can't seem to, until yesterday, can't seem to gotten rid of it. But this now opened up that door, and if she's out there and she, shows up, however she shows up, like I said, everybody knows what we're looking for. Put it out on the Twitter. I usually share a video every now and again. I don't share every one of them, but share most of the time. I share them.
Yeah.
So somebody in our age group, 20s and 30s, somebody between a slim and athletic to an average body type. Somebody that likes their baseball or music or country, classic rock. We got a little bit of everything in there. So I mean, it's hard. It's pretty much any genre, but the genres that most people wouldn't like unless they're just, in one of those hypnosis states or something, or one of whatever you want to call them. So,
one of them was asking for rent.
But yeah, we rent a place out here in Decatur, Tennessee, and it's not really that fun. I'll just tell you that much. Uh, we don't usually, at the time we tried to do something. This time we tried to do something nice for this one person. She had all the darn boxes already covered and wanted us to try to take on all that. And I just wasn't going to do it. I told my wife, I said, well, if you've been, in my eyes, if you've already been fooled with, you've already been touched, you've already had every feeling that you could ever want, why would you then throw all your crap and all your stuff on us? We wanted somebody we could have some fun with and do some stuff like we wanted to do and things of that nature, and show them some good time and love and affection sort of stuff too, and mix everything in there. Well, this person already had all that, and the problem basically boiled down to that she's already been hurt, already had her stuff tinkered with and everything else, and she opened her legs up and she got what she got, and I wasn't willing to take on anybody like that anymore. I thought this was going to be something at that time. I thought it was going to be something that we could have had all this stuff we didn't even get to talk about. We didn't even hardly get to bring it up because we were having to hear all the junk that supposedly these people out here said they didn't think she would do. Well, she obviously does it around them because apparently whoever she hung around, because that's all they know to talk about. So I know they knew that she had the potential to bring that up and was most certainly going to do that. But, you know, I'm sorry, but I told my wife, I said, yeah, we're not Steve Wilkos or one of these TV talk show people. And I'm not helping nobody else. I don't care what happens out here as far as drama goes. Now, if it's somebody at the house burned down, something legitimately, going on that a fella can assist with, and it happened to be that we had this offer still on the table, and she came out of nowhere and said, she didn't have nothing up her sleeve, and there's nobody to really bother us, and she really, wanted this offer for an example. Then okay, but we're not getting into everybody's exes, and we're not,
No.
if we see and fussing and fighting out here, and
I will call it out.
the only thing I told my wife is the only thing I'm going to do is do the right thing, and get the police out there for it, and
That's what they're there for.
and leave it at that, because there's been several times, and if somebody has a wreck out here,
I'm a crab rock.
yeah. Oh, oh, honey.
When you sick.
All right, hang on. Hang on just a minute. But yeah, anyway, we'll just gonna come out. Wait a second. Here we go. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna let her talk for a minute. I gotta drink my hot chocolate. Oh, Lord.
I just woke up
Yeah.
because I was up half the night. I got a cold, so I don't have the COVID. So don't ask. I've been tested. I've been negative 4 times, so because I don't get around a whole bunch of people.
Getting sick though.
Yeah, and for one, when Curtis asked me that and I didn't want to answer you on that, yes, I got sick from your monkey asses. Because I was feeling good that day. Before I went to church, you can even ask my husband. Yeah, and I got my husband sick. Thanks a lot, Smirch. Little asshole. But I still wear a mask and I still get sick. I wear a mask all the time. And masks don't work.
Not really.
And like my husband said, like I told everybody downtown, if I am carrying my dog around, it's not for the
Yeah.
the whores, the attention whores. And I'm not there to get attention. So if you come up to me, I'm going to flip you off. I ain't going to say a word. I'm going to flip you off. And I'm not going to run either. Because I already told you guys, I'm going to run Dollar General too. Or Dollar Market, whatever you call it. They're going to be the next target I go after. Because I'm going in the store. Like if my husband's not with me, don't come up to me. Leave me the fuck alone. And I'm warning you. I'm giving you a fact. I get my groceries and I get it. No, there ain't gonna be no attention whores around me. There ain't gonna be no girl hangout shit. I'm not into that. Don't want no damn girlfriend. I don't want no texting buddy. And you guys think that it's freaking funny, and I'm gonna put it out here. I am not here to put up your little text and you hide behind the little phone. When you sending pictures, that's not gonna work for me. If you don't have the balls to call us or come up to us, because I'm going to tell you, I learned this from Vince. You have no balls. You have grapefruits. You're scared, you're a pussy. Because you know what? I learned that from Vince. You don't hide. Vince said, if you got something to say, you say it to their face. I learned that because I'm a wrestling fan, and trust me, you don't want to piss me off. Because I could get like Drew McIntyre, I could get like Vince. I can definitely get like Jim Cornette. And that's my buddy. Thank you, Jim Cornette, for teaching me how to stand my ground. Oh yeah, Jim Cornette, I love your hamburger episode. You crack me up. You get me to laugh. How can you not like ketchup on your hamburger? I know you said it drags up the cheese, but you could just have just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I don't eat much hamburgers, but that doesn't mean I'm a vegan. But Jim Cornette, you will always be my favorite one person that I could get along with and kind of agree with you on certain things. Like you were cracking up on that Aries last night. That was funny. I couldn't help but roll. But like my husband said, back to the conversation, I'm not here to get attention in any store. If I'm by myself, like my husband said, if I get damn tired or I can't walk anymore, or if it's raining, or if it's snowing, I'll get a ride. But if it's nice and warm, cozy, and I'm in the mood to walk, leave me alone. Let me walk. Don't stop. Because I will not get in the car with you. I will walk home myself. I am a grown woman. Like my husband said, I'm a grown woman with a good head on my shoulders. I'm not out here partying. I'm not out there doing drugs. I'm not out there doing drinking. Yeah, I used to drink in Ohio, but I quit that because I knew better. I didn't want to go down the wrong path and end up being in a pig pen. Yes, I caught a pig pen. I ain't scared to say it. That's where you go when you're in trouble. And I didn't want to go down that road. Yes, my family did it. But, you know, that's their decision, what they do with their own lives. Not with mine. I want to live a normal life without trouble, being in jail, being in trouble with the law. Yes, I used to go to counsel. But you know what? My husband said counseling don't help you. You've got to do it on your own. You've got to learn. It takes me a while to learn something, but I learned it. It takes me a little while. Don't it, honey? It takes me a little while. I've been doing a lot better since my family's been away from me. Because, you know, they stressed me out to the point where I couldn't handle it. Yes, I was in a mental hospital, but you know what? That made me a better person today than what I was in my past. They taught me from right from wrong. And you know, they said I'm doing a lot better than what I have been. I will go for a checkup and I'm knowing, you know, I'm doing good and how things are going. But I ain't been in a while because, you know, I'm letting everything calm down and the virus stuff. I don't worry about the COVID. It's just a stomach virus. If you guys poop it out, pee it out, whatever, cough it out, then you'll feel better. It's just a stomach virus or a cold. You guys act like it's so big deal that you guys, yes, you like to travel. But you know what? Ain't worth the freaking dime. Because, you know, you guys bring that virus back here and that's what spread it. And yes, Donald Trump just trying to scare everybody. He was a jackass. He didn't know how to be a president. He was just a COO that worked for WWE. And I won't put it out here. Because I never would tell him. Well, I'm going to put it out here for him. See, he was calling us girl's a pig. Well, he's a pig. He's a attention whore. That's all he wanted was attention. Well, he's gonna get attention. He got his ass thrown out. Thanks a lot, Donald Trump, you little asshole.
But, anyway.
But here's my husband.
Oh, okay. But no, I just hopefully maybe we'll finally get somewhere. You know, the one thing we've got on the table, they know exactly what we're offering, and like I said, though, we just haven't, you know, with all this other stuff that she's brought up and all the other things combined, it's been a little tough. You know, we're trying to get all that calmed down and get rid of it. So if we set a goal that, you know, we don't know whether it'll come or not, but it might. And it just very well might be any time, any day, any walk, anytime we're out at the store.
Hey, honey, we got a nigger comment.
Well,
Come in, nigger.
nah, like I said, I ain't worried about them. Not worried.
No. You can write all the mean comments you want, but you're not getting away.
You're not getting no attention.
Nope.
Anyway, I'm not worried about it. You know, it's some
Stupid idiot.
some goofball behind a screen or whatever. Lord, if I'd seen him, I'd done scared them so bad they done been pissing and shitting in every direction. They lost control of all their functions.
Like I did last night with April.
So anyway,
McDonald's.
I ain't worried about it. But anyway, so I mean, you know.
You know what's funny? I told some people off of McDonald's.
But anyway, I'm gonna try to, I guess, you know, get off here in a minute. We ran a while, and yeah. So you know, if the feller, you know, well, we're gonna try to at least give it another year or so. Like I said, it shouldn't take very much longer. We got rid of all this stuff now, so it should show up. Be more when it gets warmer, you know, or something. Probably just cold, you know. People don't get out. I generally don't get out when it's cold. But I know this person will know who she is. I know that she'll have prepared for it. It won't be nobody that, you know. I could see that scenario playing out to that extent. And if you didn't have and they know whether or not they have a place to stay or not. If they don't, we can find one. But that person knows who she is, and you know, and all that. So we should be seeing her soon, somewhere around. Like I said, it just probably hasn't happened due to some of this stuff. So we're trying to get it cleaned out. You know, and hopefully when we get there, you know, we'll get away. You know, we'll definitely get away from here.
It's a hellhole here.
Yeah. And, you know, this personal house stuff, you know, already in common with us. They don't know who they are. And so, anyway, we'll just probably end it at this. And we'll might make another video later.
See ya, sweetheart. Love you.
See ya. And well, she could be out on Twitter. So if you're out there and you see the video, we love you. So if you just happen to be out there,
Sweetheart, be careful. Wherever you go, please be careful. Please come home. And I love you, sweetheart. Bye, baby.
Bye.